Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this life and a brand new day. Thumbs up for that. Yay! On the other hand, of the yay, there's because oh boy, I don't know why. I'm still having waking up in the middle of the night with mild anxiety stuff going on. It seems to be heat related, but I've got fans blowing on me, so it's not heat, and I don't know exactly why, but I flipped and flopped for a little while, then I turned on my light, and I said, I'm going to get up and just go down to the bathroom. Use the bathroom as a bathroom. So, of course, getting up, putting on socks, and then trying to put on my shoes for the walk downstairs, and that muscle in my thigh just cramped up horribly. So that was fun, dealt with that, yay, so pain and anxiety, but after I got back, after I went to the bathroom, came back up here, I drank down a caffeine tablet with some potassium tablets, and then I was able to sleep again, so, joy. So I'm tired-ish, yay, and then yesterday was a day. I spent the first part of the day doing, recording and such like that, but I was still, because I started so early, because I wanted to get things done, and I was getting things done. I recorded, and I edited, and then I got some other editing done, and by about 1 o'clock, I had basically done everything for the day. And then, of course, I fell asleep for a time. Not long, but I did. And I seem to have issues. I've mentioned this before, and maybe I just need to get up and be out and walking around this time. From anywhere from 11 to 1-ish. If I don't have stuff to actively do, I will quite often just collapse in sleep. I may make myself comfortable before I collapse in sleep, but that's all that I'm able to consciously do. I can't get up and go and lie down or anything like that. I do not have the mental or physical capabilities to do so. So I sleep for X amount of time and then I'll wake up. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's a half hour. I think there's been times like an hour. Not that bad, except that of course I have sleep apnea, and it's central apnea, not obstructive. My brain just forgets to tell my lungs to breathe, and so they just stop. And so when that happens, I'll wake up with a headache, with my ears just ringing like a bell, my feet and fingers and all that will just be tingling because of lack of oxygen, and that's always fun. I had a headache, I had some issues, felt not wonderful, but didn't have the full thing. So I was out for a time, and then that, no matter what, will throw a handful of sand into the gears of motivation. So I ended up not doing really much of anything at all. Kind of makes me sad, and I wish I could talk to my therapist today because, I need it, but last week it all fell apart because the internet went down, and then this week, I think it was last week, but he's out of town on this one, and so it's, yay. I need to talk to an actual therapist, but next week, oh boy. So I'm still on the slow roller coaster. My dentures all of a sudden are just trying to fly into my face while I'm talking. I'm still on the slow ride downward, and it's taking a long time, and it's not a horrific dive, but it is not fun. I'm down here. I mean, normal's here. I'm normally here. Right now I'm here. So, yay. And combine that with the brain fog from fibro, with my very, very low charge that I can take on my rechargeable battery, As I try to put this in analogy, every time you go to bed, you recharge your rechargeable battery for the next day. Most normal people, you recharge your battery anywhere from, like, depending on how old you are, depending on your physical issues, but if you're in that range of quote-unquote normal, no great disabilities, no injuries, anything like that, your battery's going to charge up as you sleep to anywhere from 80 to 98%. And you're going to do pretty good. On a good night's sleep, my rechargeable battery fills up to maybe 75%. I don't have many good nights. My rechargeable battery doesn't fill up that far. Combine that with just my insomnia, like from last night, add the executive dysfunction from ADHD and where I am on the autism spectrum, I'm not able to get a lot of stuff done on days like yesterday. In fact, it was like 8 o'clock-ish before I was even able to get up and out to go walkies. And I don't like that either. But with my physical issues, I mean, after all, I've got chronic pain with chronic weakness, chronic fatigue. Add that to, just the way my battery doesn't charge up daily. Add all the other things on top of it. I'm doing pretty good for, pushing 59. I'm going to turn 59 in October. So, but unfortunately, I'm not in that 80% of quote normal where, hey, you're like here on health and here on health, but you're still in that range. You're not, a god of health or very not doing well. So, yay. So I still went walkies. I walked further than I usually walk. I'm trying to add more distance, which Shelton isn't a huge place, and I don't like to retrace my steps on the same walk. It bugs me. I like to do new places, new things if I'm going to go on a walk. Even if it's the same place that I've walked every single day, I don't like to walk this way and then walk back on the same track on that. If I'm going to be doing that, I'm not going to walk on that part of the trail. I want it to continue onward, and then I can just make it a huge path. So trying to find good places that are both entertaining and just easy to get to. I mean, there's a lot. You can do really weird and intricate pathing, but also at the same time, my heart just changed rhythm. I mean, that always feels not unpleasant, just weird. But you can do all this odd placement and trying to keep track in your head, but I'm trying to think of like thoughts and creative things, so I don't want to have a really weird path to take. So we'll see how things go. I'm shooting for it. I mean, now I regularly take the path that goes upward to the top of this one major road in southern Shelton, whereas I used to go just straight out of southern Shelton into downtown Shelton. Now I make this huge loop up and around, adds an extra mile and change to it. Just need to do that. So thumbs up. It's a good thing going walkies and exercising. Which I'm going to talk now about some of the things that I've tried to work on with various stuff with creative writing things. I'm still thinking a whole bunch on all of my cosmic horror stuff. I need to make videos for a couple channels explaining why I haven't been able to do any videos of there of late. My gaming channel and my creative channel, both of which have been sadly neglected, but I've been dealing with a ton of my mental issues and a whole bunch of physical issues, as stated with insomnia and all that, where I just haven't had the energy, mental or physical, to be able to do a lot of stuff. So I need to make videos explaining that I haven't forsaken these things. But still, some of the things I've been thinking about are character things as well, because I really like the characters of Scarbat. I've done a lot of work on what his character is like. Then there's Milliander, who's one of the fungal ills, and then there's Ilchenka, I've got a pretty good handle on Ilchenka. I've got a real good handle on everything Scarbat is. Milliandor is a character, kinda sorta. I know the character is of this one type because of the fungal ills, the Dwarlen, the subterranean fungal ills. They have a fungal network that they are a part of. If you are deeply connected, it's like you just shut your eyes and you're surrounded by all of your friends. You can see them, you can hear them, you can smell them, you can feel them. They are there. It's part of just you are connected to the network. And there are some individuals like Milliandor who you do have a connection, but it's like being in a 2-story house, and the only way that you're hearing what's going on downstairs is there's some heating vents, and so you can hear the sounds of people through the vent. You can't really hear any individual conversations, you can't hear any individual people, but you can hear them. You know they're down there, you know they're doing things. But you're upstairs, and you're alone, and you're not really a part of that. You can hear them, you know they're there, but that's it. And so that's the only connection they have. They are also affected by wanderlust. In this particular case, you need new information. You need new things. You need new stuff. You'll have to constantly be working to get smarter and to evolve. Because if you don't, the rest of the world is. And if you don't want to be overtaken and just wiped out, you need to keep up with the rest of the world. And so these individuals with wanderlust, because they're not connected and they feel antsy just not doing things, they go out and adventure. And they see things, and they learn stuff, and they gather things, and they get information, and then when they get older, they start to feel homesick. And that connection starts being built. And then they head home and they spend the last 2 decades just mingling with everyone back at home, fully connected with the network, all of this information, all of their memories shared with the rest of the network. It sounds sad, but it's their only real way to get all this new stuff, and so they send people out that way. It's not a deliberate thing, but it is a way that they evolved to get new information. And so Milliandor is one of those, has that wanderlust, heads out, and a couple decades gonna have to head back home. Scarbat is pushing 90 years old. Now the Elvandri, the nomadic dwarves of this world, the horse riders, they live to about an average of 120 years old. And they are the kind of people that are hale and hearty until they're not. And it's sudden. Because you might be one of the Vandrin. And you hit 120, you're still doing good, but it's really getting time to start pulling things in. Not a good time to really be doing new things. So you've made a cabin. You built your own cabin. Got yourself your axe, your knowledge. You built a cabin out at the edge of the forest. 125 years old. You're still out there, going out, chopping down a tree with your axe. Chopping that tree into logs. Hauling those hot logs home on your own. Chopping them into firewood. You're still hale and hearty, 125 years old. And then it might be that 126, you've lost like half your body mass. And it's much more difficult to move. So you spend a lot of time sitting. And you're not just sitting, you're tired a lot. So you spend a lot of time just sleeping, just sitting and sleeping. And are you going to reach 127? Probably not. But it's that fast. And so Scarbat, he's pushing 90. And like I said, you can see their age, it shows, but they're hale and hearty and vital until suddenly they're not. His hair is getting a little thin. he's getting some gray here and there. And he's still doing stuff that he probably shouldn't, because he tells a story at one point how at 85 years old, he had to end up running harder and faster, and making, harder as in running faster than he had in decades for a longer distance of time and a longer distance physically for some time, while carrying almost his full body weight on his back with a backpack. But it wasn't by choice. It was either run and run until you can run no more, and then still keep running, because if you don't, that thing just behind us will eat us. So keep running. And yeah, all three of them made it. Him, Miliander, and Ilchenka. And he, for his own safety, checked into one of the church's healing temples, and because, he felt like he was gonna die for about a week, but he did. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to thumbs up, answer, and read as many as I can afterward, but for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left one. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my depression, fibro, and a whole bunch of stuff, it's hard to remember things. I'm still getting better, but Outrun, thumbs up and thank you. We have Robert Hiles, greatly appreciated. Kurai Abernathy, thumbs up and thank you. Favel, good to see you in the comments, always good. Taylor Plays with an X instead of, Tyler Plays instead of an O, thumbs up. We have Colin Monville, thumbs up and thank you. Devour Life, I like the name, thumbs up. JEAK, thumbs up, and LAUR, and then a question mark, thumbs up and thank you. Repent and Reprise, greatly appreciated. We have Existor Man with a 0 instead of an O, thumbs up. Slow Down, Cool Down, thumbs up and thank you. We have Mr. Sadist, thumbs up. And Johnny K, greatly appreciated. Robo, thumbs up. Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. And 16 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thumbs up and thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. It is appreciated to no end at all. While my hands are in the air, I do want to do my links things, but first, even though this is a trifle bit on the late side, just to cover up the QR codes and all that, I have gotten 3 boxes of cat food from Cost Engineers. Thank you so very, very much. My kitty cat can eat, and that is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you to no end. But if you could check out my various links down below, I do have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com, and if you could become a Patreon.com patron, come on fingers, there we go. If you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, and oh boy, I'm really hurting, I have a PayPal link where you could send money. That would be appreciated. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I'm going to work more on the Amazon wishlist link as well. Right now it has a bunch of silly things and maybe some cat food on it still. I'm going to check on it, see what I can do. Thumbs up and thank you. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, a definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated, and thank you so very, very much. Well, hokey smokes, I got a bunch of stuff to edit today. I want to do some recording. I've got to fight through my executive dysfunction and make those phone calls for my health, because I am going to be 59 in 2 months and I'd like to make 70 or 72, and I don't want to kick off any earlier than I need to. So hopefully I can get those calls done. But for everyone else in the world, no matter where you are, whether it's the United States or someplace else, even though the Covfefe bug is survivable, that's not the issue. It's overflowing your local health services and it's the possible lifelong health complications that can come with it. Yes, it's largely survivable, largely, but oh boy, there's a bunch of people still kicking off from it anyway. So please, it is not political. The virus doesn't care. It just wants to spread. It does not care about your thoughts of freedom. So please, when you go out among people, maintain your social distancing, wear a mask, wash your hands often, try not to touch your face, get vaxxed if you can. I've been vaxxed. I got my 2 shots, and when the booster is available, I'm getting it. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is, well, quite frankly, a very good thing.